I started fishing competitively actually back in 1967. My father started the first successful bass club in the state of Texas, and I fished with them for 17 years. First Bassmaster tournament I ever fished was 1986, and Bassmaster was still pretty young back then. It was a blast. I think the first Bassmasters Open I fished, there were about 60 boats. It's gotten a lot bigger. Payouts have got a lot bigger. And of course the sponsors are a lot more involved than they were back then. It's been a long ride. It's been great. I'm gonna fish this one and see how it goes. I'm getting a little older, as you can see. So it's getting a little harder on me. But I love this thing. So I'm not gonna say I'm not gonna fish anymore. But we're gonna see how this one goes and take it from there. Really nothing different than I would when I'm preparing for one of my club tournaments. We fish 15 tournaments a year. 10 draw tournaments and 5 team tournaments. I fish all of those. But I prepare for this one just like I did for those. Just go with what I know.
My name's Scott McIver, and I'm fishing out of Lake Toho in Windermere, Florida. Love clear lakes, love reservoirs, and I like to throw hard jerk baits. So I started fishing competitively about 3 years ago. I was taking guide trips from Chuck, and Chuck Pippin just said, you know, you should try this competitive fishing thing out. They happen on your lake, and it happens on the last Sunday of every month. So I bought a boat and started fishing competitively, and it really has taken off from there. I started to prepare for the Kissimmee Open about a month ago, just getting my baits ready, getting my rods ready, starting to find information on what the fish were doing. Unfortunately, with my schedule being really busy with business and everything else and personal life stuff, I didn't get a chance to be on the water much. Yeah, I fish a club called the Central Florida Christian Bass Club, and I do some Florida Bass Nation events as well as Extreme. I fish all over Central Florida, all the lakes around here within 50 miles of Winter Garden. And Toho is one of my favorites, not the favorite, but it's one of my favorites. I can't wait to get out there and fish it. I think the skill set that's most important for a co-angler is bait and rod management. And it sounds crazy, but being able to be organized and not have your rods all hooked up and snaggled together, and having a limited amount of baits in your gear is the most important thing you can do. There's nothing worse than having to untie all your rods and getting everything all tangled up. Have 4 or 5 rods ready to go in some kind of storage container, preferably like a sock that holds all your rods all at once. That's the biggest thing that I could tell any new co-angler is just don't bring your entire garage. Bring what you know you're going to use and the strengths, your fishing strengths, bring that. Back when I was growing up, I grew up in Boston and Cape Cod, and you know, my parents would drop me off down the Cape right in the beginning of summer, and I'd stay there all summer. And you know, I'd get up in the morning, my grandmother would have like a snack and my worms all ready to go. I get on my bicycle and I was gone all day, happy as a clam. And then, you know, we moved down here and I had Lake Butler in my backyard, and I started throwing a Senko off my dock and catching bass, and you know, it kind of revitalized and rekindled that spirit. You know, I was in sales my entire career, and I'm a very competitive person, and so fishing plus tournaments equals me being really happy. To win the Kissimmee Open as a co-angler would mean the culmination of a lot of hard work. It would be very rewarding. But most of all, you know, on my shirt here are not just sponsors, but a lot of friends. And I'd love to be able to raise them up, share in the glory of winning my home open. I think that would just be great. And do that in front of my family would be incredible.
I thought probably this would be the best opportunity for me to do some good in a tournament. As I say, I'm getting older. And 3 day, 2 and 3 day tournaments are a little bit tough for me, but I love this thing so much, man, that I just had to do it at least one more time. Just hoping that we get on some fish and have a good time. Like always, I'm going to enjoy it regardless. It's going to be quite a show, no doubt.